Hi, so I just want to make this quick video. Well, not so quick, but quick enough. About Flint. I'm from Flint. My parents came here, I want to say like the early 70s. They migrated here from Arkansas. So yeah, I just want to make a quick video just to get an understanding of what really happened to Flint. So to do that, you gotta like know the history of Flint. You know what I'm saying? Like you really just gotta know the history to understand like what really happened to Flint. So Flint was founded in 1918, and it's popular for the vehicle city, General Motors. They came to Flint in 1908, and you had your assembly line. And that's basically the history of Flint. That is popular for the vehicle city, General Motors. So basically, let's go to some more information. So your assembly line, it was established in 1913. I say by Henry Ford, but anyways, here goes some pictures. Pay attention to your pictures. This is pictures of the actual assembly line, Ford assembly line, of the workers. Like I said, you can Google this information. Like, this is public knowledge, So this is your assembly line, and this is an actual picture. But I'm going to scroll down a little bit so you can really, this is a video, I guess, kind of mocking the assembly line back then. So I'm going to let this play for a little while and let you guys get a little idea of the characters.
Attention foreman. Trouble on bench 5. Check on the nut tightness. Dust coming through loose on bench 5. Attention foreman.
This basically your assembly line workers, as you can see, typical. And so let me just give you a idea of Flint and cities like Flint, because and I stress this to my children, every state, almost nearly every state in the United States have a city like Flint. Probably not as bad as Flint, but you got Chicago, whereas majority is just black people. You know what I'm saying? So 1949, Willie Wilkerson, okay, so she convinced her son and his wife and their 6 kids to move to Anderson, which I'm not familiar with this city or whatnot, but then, and they all went to work for General Motors, which these were black families at the time. And this migration was like the Great Migration, where these black families that were from farms and plantations, as you can see, migrated to the north for a better living. But as you know, a lot of the times the black people could not get those jobs, as you've seen that I just showed you. Those were for white workers. So what really happened was like your Jim Crow laws and stuff like that, where when slavery ended, they still was basically enslaved. And your Jim Crow laws prohibited blacks to have a certain job. As you can see right here, it says African Americans could hold, and I'm sorry, many black people. Where is it at? No, I can't find it. It told them what kind of job they could have, and it was like, even when they got the job, it was so many restrictions of what they could and couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, it was. But anyways, so your Jim Crow laws basically segregated stuff or whatnot. So that's when you got the civil rights movement. The act of 1964. Now that act, which is in place now, says that you cannot, no discrimination, like for employment, prohibits employment discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. Boom. That was it. So that means that these black families started migrating vastly to like these cities like GM, Ford, and in these cities. But let me show you what Flint was when these pictures right here. You can't see it. Dang it. But only thing I put in the search engine were pictures from Flint, Michigan in 1913. So these pictures are from 1913 in Flint. This is what it looked like before the black people got there. And this is not funny, and it's sad because I cried when I did the first, and I had to like get myself together. But it was an amusement park. You see that? It was an amusement park. We actually lived on Flint Park. Me and my family. And it's nothing like this. I learned about the amusement park and things like this from a client that I took care of when working in the healthcare industry, and he was an older gentleman and Caucasian, and he was telling me how beautiful Flint was and how he used to go to the carnival when he was younger as a little boy. And I was like, really? He's like, oh yeah, on Flint Park. And I was like, I stayed on, like, I did a majority of my life on Flint Park Boulevard. I actually watched someone get murdered, my neighbor's brother, and on that same Flint Park Boulevard. But yeah, so let's look at some more of these. Look at that. Nice water wonderland amusement parks. And this is what is in, this is what is on where those amusement parks were. Funeral home. This was down the street from where we stayed. Most of the houses are abandoned and stuff now. But yeah, it's a funeral home where these, if you can look at that address right here, Flint Park Boulevard, Flint, Michigan. Yeah. Once where it was an amusement park, it's a funeral home. So what really happened to Flint? How did it get from this to this? You know, like, how did it get from this to this? Like, how did that happen? You know? Let me give you a little bit of insight, but I'm gonna let the video play. Oh no, that's the wrong one.
I came to see if the CIA might be the...
Whoops. Let's do this one first.
Independent practices like yours understand the challenges of using an EHR system.
And I be
Next Gen
dang.
Office helps smaller practices stay.
All right.
Where is it? Huh? Where's my coat?
America in 1983, there's a kind of a cynicism, a natural cynicism in the culture.
At that time, people were involved in cocaine, but they was only snorting it. Then someone created a rock out of it, and it blew up and took over South Central, basically.
Crack cocaine really, it broke apart a lot of families. And a lot of people come from broken homes and don't know why. The life of this neighborhood was completely decimated to a great degree by this horrific drug.
You see what the drug epidemic has done to families and to communities. To see pieces of the genesis of that gives insight.
Go back and read anything about 1983 and 1984. Look at the language that was used about the crack epidemic. And the language that was used was the people using the drugs were not the victims. They were the villains.
The prison systems got full with people making it, selling it, smoking it.
They were up to no good. They were worthless. Why are they doing this drug? And you realize the inherent racism. So if you can do a show where you shift that mean and you understand that these were kids living in a neighborhood, trying to support their families, trying to be good friends.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because I love you.
Love.
I just want to give you like a little, just a little bit of that clip, just to give you an insight of what really happened to cities like Flint. You know, the drugs, the guns. This is where these black families migrated from the South that was still dealing with things like lynching and segregation. And they came here to what was supposed to be the promised land, you know. So, I mean, I know you say it's drugs, right? But where do drugs come from? Like, what really happened to cities like Flint? And, like, why? I'm going to give you a little bit more insight, and this is the next clip.
the right career path for you.
Hold on, y'all. I'm going to take this
I came
back
to see if
the
the
beginning.
CIA might be the right career path for you.
I'm sorry, what? The CIA. You came here to hire me?
Well, I mean, you'd have to finish school first, of course. And then you would go through our process, exams, interviews, background checks. There's a polygraph. You know, it's not easy, but from what I hear, you can handle it.
What did you hear?
3.9 GPA, double major, political science, economics, 1540 on your SATs. Your professors speak glowingly about your work ethic and your critical thinking. And you've shown an acute ability to move easily between worlds. I should add that diversity has become increasingly important to the agency. You see, to meet ever more complex goals going forward, we have to broaden our perspectives. You seem surprised.
I never thought about working for the government.
Really? Do you mind if I ask why?
You know, the government never cared about me, so my help.
Y'all do the math. The promise